Do you think you are a giant in the eyes of ants? And no, in their perception, you do not exist at all. It's not that ants are blind, but because of sensory barriers. In the scent-based world of ants made of chemical molecules, you are not a living being, but a kind of weather. You block the sunlight. To them, it means night has fallen. When you step down, to them, it is a sudden earthquake. This is just like how you cannot explain what height is to a two-dimensional paper being. Now the truly terrifying inference arrives. Since ants, due to their primitive senses, cannot see humans standing right next to them, then at this very moment, could there also be higher dimensional aliens standing beside Earth, while we take their breathing? For dark matter and gravitational waves, humans always pride themselves as the spirit of all things. But from the perspective of biological evolution, there is no essential difference between us and ants. We are all locked inside our own sensory prisons. Are we really more advanced than ants? Unfortunately, on a cosmic scale, we are also blind. Our eyes can only perceive 0.0035% of the electromagnetic spectrum. Infrared radiation passes through your body, and you feel nothing. Neutrinos pierce your retina, and you are completely unaware. Just like ants can only smell 1,000th of odors, while you are standing right in front of them, exhaling the other 90% of unknown particles from your lungs. If there were an alien civilization, whose bodies were made of dark matter, or who communicated through gravitational waves, they might be sitting on your couch right now watching you scroll videos. They might be loudly arguing right next to your ear, discussing the situation of an interstellar war. But because your ears cannot hear gravitational waves, and your eyes cannot see dark matter, you think there is only me here. This is like the fish tank theory proposed by scientists. Imagine a group of ants living in a huge glass tank. After tens of thousands of years of reproduction, scientists among the ants begin observing the world. They discover a massive glowing object above their heads, and name it the sun. In reality, it is a light bulb in a human bedroom. They discover a transparent layer around them, an indestructible barrier. So they name it the edge of the universe. In reality, it is the wall of the glass tank. Doesn't this look like what we are doing when exploring the universe? We desperately search for extraterrestrials, monitoring radio signals, searching for Dyson spheres. But are we also making the same mistake as ants? Are we using the method of looking for breadcrumbs to search for the fusion reactors of a higher-level civilization, if higher dimensional life really exists? What is their attitude toward humanity? Is it the dark forest strike from the three-body problem, or the invasion from Independence Day? No, that gives humans too much importance. Destroying you has nothing to do with you. Even your destruction may just be an unintentional act by them. Let us review those bizarre unsolved mysteries in Earth's history. If explained using the ant theory from a higher dimensional perspective, everything becomes spine-chilling. In 2023, the James Webb Telescope captured a photo that left physicists silent. In a void containing no matter at all, starlight bent violently, a distortion that even dark matter models cannot explain. Some scientists joked half seriously, that may be a higher dimensional being stepped on space as it passed by. This joke sends chills down the spine, because to ants, your foot coming down is also a sudden disaster appearing out of the void. Human history is full of such byproducts. The Tunguska explosion of 1908, equivalent to 15 million tons of TNT. Yet no impact crater was ever found. Perfect spherical cavities discovered in the deep Pacific Ocean, with inner walls smooth as a mirror, as if someone scooped out a piece of pudding with a spoon. And those short-lived isotopes found in Antarctic ice cores that should not exist. All of these are unsolved mysteries to us, even miracles. But in the eyes of higher dimensional beings, this might have been nothing more than a sneeze. Or lighting a cigarette at the South Pole, with a bit of energy leaking into the three-dimensional world, and becoming our apocalypse. There is an even more unsettling question, one that points directly at ourselves. Are humans really native to Earth, or were we deliberately designed and placed into this fish tank as experimental subjects? Look at the other animals on Earth. They are all perfectly adapted to their environments. Kangaroos have powerful muscles. Dogs have fur to resist ultraviolet radiation. Monkeys have extremely flexible spines. Only humans seem like premature infants full of design flaws. Our spines are fundamentally unsuited for upright walking, which is why we are the only animals that suffer from herniated discs. Our pelvises are too narrow, making humans the mammals with the highest rate of difficult childbirth, at one point reaching a risk as high as 30%. Our infants have almost no survival ability during their first year. In the brutal natural world, this is practically suicidal. According to Darwin's theory of evolution, evolution is about survival. Yet humans chose a high-risk, low-cost performance evolutionary path, especially that absurdly large brain of ours. In ancient times, it consumed 20% of the body's energy, yet could not help us hunt, nor help us keep warm. In the tens of thousands of years of evolutionary blank space, Homo sapiens seemed to appear out of nowhere. This is not just unreasonable, it is downright counterintuitive. After saying all this, do you feel despair now? Feeling that humans are nothing but insignificant insects? Please don't despair. This is precisely humanity's greatest strength. Ants will never understand humans, because they lack curiosity. They are genetically locked into survival instincts. They crawl around the glass tank for 10,000 years, without ever wondering what lies beyond the glass. But humans are different, even though physically we are insects. Even though we are also trapped behind sensory barriers and inside a three-dimensional fish tank, we are the only species that tries to cling to the glass wall and look outside. We invented telescopes to extend these eyes that were never meant to see far. We invented gravitational wave detectors to listen to sounds we could never hear before. We use mathematics, a universal language of the cosmos, to deduce 11-dimensional spaces our brains cannot imagine. We know that we are ants, and that fact alone proves that we are not merely ants. At this very moment, there may truly be a pair of enormous eyes, coldly watching you through the glass wall of the atmosphere, watching you scroll to this video, watching you think, watching you doubt, finding it interesting but choosing not to interfere. Because in its eyes, the rise and fall of human civilization is nothing more than a fleeting ripple. But at least now you know the truth. Next time you pass an anthill by the roadside, remember to tread lightly. Do not destroy their home, because somewhere in the universe, there may also be a pair of eyes watching you in the same way. Don't stare only at the breadcrumbs under your feet. Sometimes lift your head and wave toward that invisible void. What if it sees you?